Hello world. You paying $20 a month for Perplexity Pro or even more if you own the Mac subscription. And all you're using it is probably for search and deep research and probably the new features like LLM console and computer. But what if I told you that you can turn Perplexity into a super-powered search engine for your AI tools? And what if I told you that you can add to your coding tool access to Gemini 3.1, GPT 5.4, Opus, and more? Curious? Check this out. So I'm super proud to share my latest project, Perplexity Web MCP. Not just MCP, it's actually MCP and CLI. And what this allows you to is to have the same experience you would have if you used Perplexity MCP, but without using API. And it's super easy to install and supports multiple tools that I'll show you for installation. Let's dive in. Let's start by installing it. So there are multiple options to install. I'll use UV. You can use PEP or PEPX or even UVX. So let's go over here. I'll just paste it. And as you can see, it's already installed. So far, so good. The way to use this is by a simple command line called Perplexity Web MCP. So PWM. And you can see there is a very elaborate, not very elaborate, there is a CLI that you can use. I'll show you a couple of things, and let's start with the most important aspect. How do you log in into this and make it accessible? So the way is very simple. I will just use the same command, do login. And what you need to do is going to ask you for your email. Obviously, you will need a pro account to be really able to use the full scope of Perplexity, access to all the models. I'm going to enter my email, and what you'll see happening is it's going to ask me for my code. Let's do this. So I'll enter my email, and now it's going to ask me for my code. So as you can see, I got the email with the code, so I'm just going to copy it and paste it. And I am good. So let's clear that so I don't have to blur everything all the time. Before we start, there is some basic things you can do with it. You can use the CLI and ask it a question. So for example, I can ask why the sky is blue. Very simple question. And there is a way to ask for a specific model. So let me ask this to a model and the /m, and I'm going to use GPT 5.4. That's the name of the models. And everything is in the help. I'm sending the query now to Perplexity, and you'll see the response I'm getting and the information. So obviously this is very straightforward answer. You can see I have citations and I have the information. I'm using it. So that's cool, right? So you can have like a search engine accessible all the time, anytime. And you can see here on the bottom, it provides you. So if you didn't know, they're applying quota for users. I could also use usage command. So we'll show you example, exactly how much I have and also information on my usage. So far, so good. Okay, let's move into the next stage, and that to set it up. You want to set it up on your favorite tools. And let me show you how to do that. Again, command, we'll do setup, and we'll do add. And I want to show you all the options available. We support Cursor, Claude Code, Gemini, Codex, Anti-Gravity, JSON, and all, which mean all will install it to all of the supported tools. But if you have a tool that is not listed, you're just going to need to use the JSON, which will guide you through an interactive experience. It's going to ask you a couple of questions and will generate a JSON for you that you can copy and paste to your tool of choice. I'm going to add it, for example, to all my tools because I want to make it across the board. And as you can see, it's not available on Claude Code. So let's add it on all, which essentially will just add it to Claude Code. So I'm good here. Now, in order to use it properly, like any other tool, specifically around CLI, we need skills. So I also have a skill custom made for this MCP and CLI that provides information for the AI tools that will use it on how to use this tool on the most optimal way. You've probably seen this in my Notebook LM, MCP and CLI, and you will see this in other tools I create. And just like any other tools that I build for both human and AI, this tool also include the flag, the -- AI, that instantly, if AI executes this flag and it doesn't have the skill loaded, it will know exactly how to use the MCP. But to add the skill, pwm skill, and let me show you the command. So we can install, we can list, and we can uninstall, or we can show all the information of the skill if you want to see the content. But what I want to do is I'm going to install it to all my tools. Again, I'm just doing it across the board. And it says it installed this on Open Code and CC which is my own project that I will reveal in a few weeks. But it also supports Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, Gemini, CLI, Anti-Gravity, Klein, and OpenClaw if you're using that as well. So let's see if Codex knows about this. Perplexity is loaded and available. So let's launch Codex and play around with this. For the sake of the demo, let's ask it a question. Can you search Perplexity and ask it, what's the most underrated AI coding tool right now nobody's talking about? And use a pro search for this. So let's see how it's going to do it. So it's working. And it's checking. That's part of the instructions of the skill to make sure that before it asks, to see what's the status of the usage, to determine if the query is about to ask will be a pro search or maybe the simple search that even free users can use. So free users can use this, but they're only limited for the simple sonar search that you can just go to the Perplexity website and do it. So there we go. So according to Perplexity Pro Search, Codium, if you didn't know that, that's the most underrated AI coding tool right now. I did not know this. Good to know. Obviously, there's a lot of scenarios you can do that. For example, you're working on something and you quickly want to search something on Perplexity or run a deep search, then get that deep search and send it to your Notebook LM MCP. I've done this many times. I've been using this tool for almost a month now. I've been tuning it and making sure it works well. Go have at it. I want to show you some other things you can do with this. So let me just clear that as well. We have a doctor. Everything is okay with your system. And it shows everything and show you any potential problems. So right now, it shows that Claude Code is not available. And if I want to add it to Claude Code, I will need to use that command and follow it. And that's it. So that's the doctor. And next, if you want to run a deep research, the command is pwm research, and then provide your topic and just let it run, right? So I'm not going to do it right now because we're not going to have time to wait for that deep research, but that's one thing. And before you go, I have an interesting demo to show you. I'm not going to say anything, just watch. So I'm loading Claude. So I'm using Perplexity inside of Claude Code. So let's ask it, hey, who's your maker? Yeah, so there you have it. It's more of a gimmick. This AI models cannot execute tools, so they're not going to replace your model, but just a nice interface to play around and switch model. For example, I can do model and switch to Claude Opus. Yes, so I'm going to use Claude from Perplexity on Claude Code because I can. So again, let's ask it again. Hey, who's your maker and what model are you? One thing I found about Perplexity models is they lie a lot about who they are. And I verify that also on the web. If you go to their website and ask a model, who are you? Actually, I don't have access to Opus, and it defaults to what I have in Pro, which is Sonnet. So here it didn't lie. That's interesting. So hopefully you like this. It's out there. By the time you see it on YouTube or on TikTok, you'll know this MCP and CLI is available for you. It's open source. It's MIT licensed. It's built by a non-developer, so it's all vibe coded. So don't be mean if you see things weird in my code. It's actually blame my AI coding tool. I appreciate contribution. Forks, go have at it. Go break something. You'll find links in the description for everything for this GitHub repo. And if you like it, give it a star. Cheers.
AI spotlight illuminating the future of AI.